Hello there, welcome to TonTV and the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by Mclean, the auctioneers. The campaign is but a few days away, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined by, if you don't mind me saying, an old campaigner in Brian Mclean. Brian, thanks for coming in today.
Not a problem, happy to be here.
Looking forward to the new season?
Yeah, can't wait. It's been a long time coming, especially with the season last year ending pretty early. So it's been a long pre-season, a long wait. But yeah, excited to get going. Yeah,
real buzz about Capel on Tuesday night, wasn't it? I mean, I know we can't have supporters in, but you could feel the crackle of anticipation because you're suddenly playing 90 minutes of football again.
Yeah, totally. Especially under the lights here as well. Makes a massive difference. And obviously, you've seen the game on Tuesday night. Everyone's champing at the bit. Even with the second team that came out in the second half, everyone's fighting for that starting position on Tuesday night. And yeah, the quality of football was excellent as well, which was nice. We would have liked to add a couple more goals, which I feel we earned. But now it's just all about individual players taking their chances and grasping that opportunity.
You had a pretty decent game yourself.
Yeah, not bad. Oh, obviously, there's always things you can work on and improve on collectively as well. But the good thing is that we're all singing off the same hymn sheet as well. That I said it before that I think it's went in our favour holding the sort of nucleus of the squad from last year, whereas I think last season the gaffer had 2 or 3 players when he first came in, and it took us 3-4 months to get up and going with the demands that the management were putting on us, and now that we've sort of had that bedding in period last season, then we know what the manager's looking for. We know what the coaching aspects that we're carrying out week to week, and I think now we're beginning to see that come to fruition. We certainly were at the turn of the year in January, albeit the season did get cut short. But yeah, we are excited, and I mean the dressing room, the cracking dressing room. You've heard it from other boys before, sure. So. Excited to the prospect of the new campaign for sure.
As you say, I mean, there is a nucleus from last season, which is important, but I mean, there's been a flurry of activity in the last fortnight. I think 6 new players coming in.
Yeah.
How have the boys settled in?
Seamlessly. They've really taken to it. I mean, you just need to look at the performances on Tuesday night. Obviously, it was difficult for the fans not being able to see the game as such, but yeah, they have fitted in really well. And I mean, the gaffer's done great in terms of bringing in the right personnel. It's not so much about this guy's a good player, he can add this and this to the team. It's all about having that character and that the determination and discipline to help, because we're all in this together. Like, there's no I in team. I've said it before, and if we're together, then we will achieve things and we'll go on the right path. And I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Now, your season this year, if you don't mind me saying, because we've already spoken about it in terms of like Jim, club captain, Midge is taking up a new role within the club, and you are one of the elder statesmen of the squad. I know you hate me saying that, right? But do you see yourself, when you get new young players coming in like that, do you take part in that? Do you maybe take them under your wing a wee bit and have a chat with them?
Yeah, totally. I mean, certainly players done it for me when I was breaking through the ranks at Rangers. The likes of Craig Moore taking time just to speak to me, and I mean, it doesn't need to be long, just a couple of minutes, just asking how things are, giving you little pointers, watching you in training, doing things right off the park, which is becoming even more paramount now, the way the game is going. So it's just little things like that, speaking to lads privately in messages or phone calls after training, after games. Don't get too disheartened. With the Dumbarton game that we had a couple of weeks ago, yes, we won the game, but did we perform well? No. But that was our first slice of match day action since the beginning of March. So that's a long layoff, so that you're going to have that transition. So it was important just to keep the lid on that as such, without players getting too caught up in it, getting too agitated and nervous about it. It's out the way. We've dealt with it. We've came through it. We'll learn from it, and we'll make sure it doesn't happen again. We don't need to blow things out of proportion. And I think that's something that I try and keep hold of, is to keep things in perspective, keep that sort of calm element on it. Don't get too carried away when things are going well. stick to the principles, but don't get too down, disheartened, but take note and make sure things don't happen again. So, yeah, I mean, if I can help as many young lads as possible, then I will do for sure.
Let's look ahead then. Queen of the South coming up Tuesday night, Betfred Cup. First competitive game in 7 months, really. What's the feeling like around the camp?
Yeah, excited to get going, as I said. I mean, we could be playing anyone. And it's good that we're playing Queen of the South because it will be something that we can probably get a gauge from. But as I said, that we're not going to get too carried away. We're going to stick to the principles and the elements that we've been working on through pre-season, working on the sort of high press and trying to suffocate teams, and that will be exactly what we're doing. I think potentially the game on Tuesday was probably going to be just as similar in terms of intensity as what Tuesday night coming is going to be. So yeah, we're excited to get up and running and showcase what we've been working on more than anything. There's no point. It's frustrating, playing behind closed doors, but the fact that we're going to have a sort of live stream for the fans, then it'll be good for us as players to have that connectivity with the fans and maintain that. I felt as if we were getting there last year as well with our games, our home games especially. Our home form is exceptional. So if we can replicate that this coming campaign, then we'll be delighted.
Queen of the South, of course, they've brought in a whole raft of new players as well, but it strikes me the gaffer is the kind of manager who says, let them worry about us. We don't worry about what other teams are setting up to do. Is that how you see it as well?
Yeah, I mean, you can only affect what you can control. You can't control what other clubs are doing, who they're signing, what they're working on in training. It's all about us and how we implement the things that we work on and how we want to improve, how we want to go and express ourselves. So, yeah, we'll continue to do that, and I've got a strong belief that we'll be on the right path this year.
Do we set an ambition for this season? Should we be setting an ambition for this season?
I think personally, you'll always have your own ambition. Mine certainly is to play as many games as I possibly can, to contribute on and off the park to as many points as we possibly can. Again, the goal has got to be to stay in the league given the current circumstances, and see where it takes us from there. You need to take one step at a time and one game at a time, and that's exactly what we'll do, starting with Queen of the South on Tuesday.
I've watched you in training. You're quite a vocal guy in training. You seem to have a real eye for tactics. Let's get down the road a wee bit here. Do you see yourself getting into that kind of role, maybe coaching, at the end of your career?
Yeah, potentially. I have done some of my coaching badges as well, so I'm always a bit more of a thinker. I think more as a defender, you're always of that sort of train of thought because you are at the back. You have everything in front of you. You're trying to make sure people are in the right position to save you running, pretty much. Yeah, potentially that could be an option. Yeah, football's a fantastic environment, and I'm fortunate that it's given me such a good career. I'm 35 now, so I've pretty much been preparing for this day. As I said to other younger lads, 20 years ago I started preparing for today. So it's all about how you can set yourself up with good habits to carry on through. And it could be an option. But just now I'm just trying to soak up as much as I possibly can before it runs out. Yeah,
let's keep it closer to home. Brian, it's great to see you. We're looking forward to seeing you throughout the season as well. And thanks for coming in and speaking to us today.
No problem, Jerry, anytime.
And thank you as well for joining us on the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers.